This is the singing show, and I'm your host, Mr. Dave Rotslow. This is the show where we interview special guests through song. Won't you come along? Hey everybody, welcome to the singing show. Today we have a very special guest. The musical, the talented, the effervescent Grace McLean. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave.
Now the first time I saw you perform was at Ryder Farm, surrounded by paper bag lanterns.
That's true.
And you introduced your set by reading a few of your childhood diaries.
Still do.
What's so funny about those? Why are they so entertaining?
Do you find them entertaining?
Indeed.
Well, that's good to know. I tend to like to use my diaries because I think it lets the people know a little bit about me, but also that I don't take myself so seriously, or that I really don't like to. In fact, it's the serious or not serious, but I'm talking about earnestness that scares me a little bit or turns me off a little bit sometimes about singer-songwriters, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I tend to like to poke fun at myself to get people on my side.
Excellent strategy.
Thank you.
What was music like in home? What were some of your first musical experiences?
Sure, well, my mother was a singer and my daddy played bass, so that's the kind of house I grew up in. Although they both kind of quit around the time I was 8. And I didn't think of myself as a singer till I was about 16. When I was going to an arts high school in a musical theater program, but I was really like a very serious actress. And singing was not my thing because that's my mother's thing, and I didn't want my mother telling me what to do. So yeah, I was around a lot of music, you know, as a kid, and maybe took that for granted. But it wasn't until I was in school with a bunch of other singers who I didn't really sound like, and I wasn't really that interested in sounding like. But it was at that school that I had a master class with a jazz singer from LA. And after that class, she invited me to take private voice lessons with her. And so that was sort of the beginning of developing my own sound and being interested in singing and music for myself and as a creative medium.
I've seen you in 2 fantastic musicals.
What were those?
In the first one, you were an overprotective Russian godmother.
That's true.
In the second one, you were a mad scientist and the queen of the bedbug.
Oh my God, you saw bedbugs.
Each musical, it seemed like the part was written especially for you.
That's kind.
How do you approach a part and make it your own?
Well, that's the most fun I think a person can have, especially in a new piece of theater where, yeah, sometimes the part is kind of being written around and for you. That certainly was the case a little bit in Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, because most of the, don't touch that, Grace, most of the cast that I was with had done the show previously. However, I was new, and a lot of what I did in the second act was new material for that character, and the composer wrote it for my voice, which was pretty cool. And then in Bedbugs, that was already previously written material, and it just happened to sort of work with me And I guess that's why they hired me, although I'll say that thing was a lot of hard work.
You are masterful with the looping machine.
It's a thing that I do.
How has that changed or influenced your songwriting and singing?
So I got a looping pedal, which is a piece of electronic gear in which I loop my voice in order to make a song. I got it a couple of years ago as a treat for myself around my birthday because I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to sing in concert with myself? And guess what it is? Really because I'd been writing songs for a couple of years before then, and I'd found that I'm not so proficient at any one instrument, although I'm trying to be. But it was limiting me a little bit in what I could write. And although the looper is, of course, by the way that it's designed, limiting, because whatever you lay down for that loop, that's gonna be what you have to stick with for the whole entire song. So it's fun to find ways to play with how those loops can be manipulated to make a song surprising for an audience and still tell a story and still have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Grace, I know that your music has taken you around the world.
Yes,
You were recently in Pakistan.
I was.
How the hell was that experience?
It was really freaking cool. I got to travel around Pakistan for 10 full days, doing multiple performances a day and workshops and collaborations with other musicians. And this is how your tax dollars are being spent, and it's awesome. There's not a lot of arts funding in the US, but what arts funding there is going to programs like this, to third world countries who maybe don't have the best relationship with the US, but the United States government is sponsoring artists to go to these countries and put a friendly face and a collaborative and creative face on this relationship. And it's a thing that I was so honored and proud to be a part of, and I can't wait to do it again.
Splendid.
Yeah.
Let's sing a song to all your fans.
The song to my fans. Well, listen here, fans, I like that you keep supporting all the things that I do. That's nice. Come on down to anything that Grace is doing all right. She's staying out of the public eye these days because she was all around a lot this year. But guess what? Guess what, friends? Guess what? Guess what, friends? She's working on a lot of new stuff. So that in 2016, there'll be lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of new things for you all to hear.
Thank you, Grace McLean, for joining us on the singing show.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. See you next time. Farewell, farewell.